Yeah, so I mean, I always knew. Well, actually, I should go back actually to the fact that I was when I first came back when I first came over to the US, I was doing international financial planning mostly for expats living in the States and other parts of the world, and so I'd gotten connected to the British American Chamber of Commerce, and so I was a member of that organization, and I ended up landing myself on a membership committee, Kevin, where I was basically to help drive the membership of the Chamber of Commerce. And so I had this. This is even before Rich Dad, okay? And so I had this idea of having a weekly breakfast meeting in Santa Monica, early in the morning, like 7 o'clock in the morning, before everybody goes to work, doing like a bit of a networking breakfast event. And at the time, and so I remember there was probably like 15 people at this event, sat on a long table, and I remember that I had to get up and speak in front of this group of about 15. And at the time, never even thought about like public speaking. And I can remember getting up, having to speak, and I was absolutely terrified. And I suppose one could say subconsciously, maybe I just put myself in the way of an opportunity, even though I probably didn't think about it consciously at the time. Um, and I remember I was just absolutely shaking. I did what I needed to do. Is I don't really think that anybody noticed that I was petrified, but I knew how I felt. And and I think, growing up in England, where you're sort of very much taught not to speak up, I think what speaking has done for me is it forced me to face a fear, but it also got me to confront that got my voice back, if that makes sense, Kevin. And yeah, yeah. And then beyond that, I think at heart, I am a teacher. And it's like when you've been lived through, when you've come out the other end and you've had success and you've changed your life, not to say it's all been a bed of roses, because it hasn't. You have your ups and downs. But I think, where it's like, why would I not want somebody else to be able to have that opportunity that I got? And so, for the person that's willing to do the work, get out their own way, and if I can play a small part of that, I do believe that one of my purposes on earth, that what God has, instilled in me, is the ability to help others and serve. And so that breakfast meeting at the Chamber of Commerce that I ended up putting together was without realizing it was probably the beginning of that and of public speaking. So then I had more opportunities. Then I hired a coach. Then I started to work on, really work on it as a skill set, realizing not that the goal was to be perfect, but to build the confidence. And and then I was invited to come and teach for Rich Dad. So then that ended up coming about, Kevin. So